All right, man. We are going to be doing something very special today, as we are going to be using MAEL on all of the demonic beasts. All right, and someone wanted a special request as well. They wanted me to try to use full goddess team on the demonic beast. That means I'm not going to be using no Magelda, no Jormungandr, no Thonar. Like, it's going to be crazy, guys. So if you do want to see that, man, keep watching the video, like and subscribe for more interesting content, because I want to see myself, man. Can MAEL defeat the demonic beast without needing none of the good support characters that are made for the demonic beast? Can we just run a full goddess team? Is he worth the summoning? Is he worth the gems? That's what we gotta find out today, guys. So again, hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully we can actually do this. All right, so let's start off a little bit strong. We are going to be using the goddess team on the bird. Now, somebody commented to use MAEL with goddess teams on the demonic beast, so I'm gonna try to do it without even using the main characters. Like, you know, usually you want to try to use like Magelda and stuff like that, but I'm a reasonable guy and I will suffer for you guys, and we'll be trying this with a full goddess team, which is why we're running this team featuring Green Sariel, Margaret, Light Elizabeth, and MAEL. Now, MAEL technically does want to be with a lot of goddess characters. It's his passive pretty well, and as you can see, my team is super strong, as MAEL barely took any damage right there. It's just that this team right now has like a lot of basic stats, and we also have counters as well to increase our crit damages as well. Look at oh my god, look at that damage. And we also have Liz to heal as well, which is pretty cool. Now, I got this in 2x speed because let's be honest, like, this is gonna take forever when doing runs like this with the demonic beast. So I'd rather not be here for an hour talking. I'd rather like speed it up. That's why you don't hear no game audio, because if you have the game audio speed up, then it sounds like freaking mouses. So that is why. But this team performed pretty well, and I know a lot of people technically don't always get Magelda, so having MAEL team be full goddesses and be usable is gonna be pretty clutch for some people, you know. Again, I know some people who still haven't gotten like Magelda and like characters like Jormungandr and stuff like that, so having these teams be so good against demonic beasts without needing like the main character that is made for it, it's gonna be so clutch for you free players and casuals who are debating if you should summon for MAEL or not. So we're using MAEL. Again, we do have a lot of base stats, so we just want to try out and see how much damage we can actually do with this guy. And we hit cap damage right there. Oh wow, what about this card? Ooh, that was close to cap damage as well. Wow. If you don't know, 156 is the cap damage on there. And Sariel tanked that pretty well. Oh my god, Sariel. How much could a Sariel ultimate do right here? Or MAEL's ultimate? Let's see. 156k cap damage? Oh my god. So yeah, we hitting cap damage on the demonic beast with this team as well. And that's the most tankiest phase right there. For phase 4. Usually people have a lot of trouble. So the reason why we're using Green Sariel is also because on floor 2, phase 2, you have to have a counter, or you have to have like a stance, or I think, yeah, it's a stance or buff or something like that, or he just pretty much wipes you. So that's why we got Sariel right here, and I think I have to reset right here because I didn't get another stance card, so I just end up just resetting. Now again, you just want to make sure you keep getting the stance cards, but I feel like after seeing how well I tanked, it feels like to me that I'll be able to pretty much get through this without even needing my stance card. Because if you don't know, he does have like a single target weak point card. So he always starts off with like a debuff on you, and then he hits you with single target debuff cards, which a lot of people have trouble with because it hits so hard. Like, it usually hits like 100Ks and stuff like that. But look at this. Look at the Sariel. Tanking it like a champ, man. Oh my god. Sariel's tanking it like a champ. And remember, guys, we still have Liz heal. We have Liz revive to refresh us as well. So that's going to be pretty clutch for us. And Sariel can also heal from pretty much from like counter attacks as well, so that's gonna be really good. Let's see how much damage we do with MAEL and Liz. Again, I feel like on this phase, like, this floor is the easiest one to play against. I think the only one that gets hard for most people is probably like phase 4 floor 1 because of all that defense stats, and floor 3 definitely. But you can see I have so much stats on his team is that it's pretty much not even, and I'm not even using Miguel, guys. Remember this, I'm not even using Miguel, the character who is made for it. And oh my god, did I just hit cap damage? Oh my god, I keep hitting cap damage. I just hit cap damage. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm not even using the character that's made for this right now, guys. I'm using a full-on goddess team, and we're just shredding the bird. If you think MAEL is a skip, just watch this video. Come on now. Just look at the damage I'm doing. If you think MAEL, like, this is what people have been saying, like, yo, MAEL's a skip, MAEL's a skip. Bro, look, this is a goddess team versus demonic beast, one of the hardest difficulty in the game. And look what he's doing to it. Look what he's doing to it. This is like a joke to me right now. This is like a joke. Like, I should be laughing. You would have thought this was Bernie Mac, all right? But yeah, now we about to go to floor 3, which is the hardest one. I guess on floor 3, this team can be a little bit tricky because you usually want to have like a buff removal character because he does get that buff. So it's either you get a very good passive to rock with, or you know, you get a buff removal character. Hopefully goddesses get like better support characters. I feel like this team is just missing that support character, or even newer goddess characters technically, because there's sometimes when I play with goddesses in PVE, I feel like they're a little bit lackluster, just because they always have like that one, like they be supports and a DPS at the same time, which is weird. It's like mostly all of them, like they usually never have like two attack cards, and if they do have 2 attack cards, then they trash. It's so weird to me. Like, you play with Ritarmiel, guess what? He has a buff card, and he has an attack card, and most of the time you usually end up getting like his buff card. You're like, oh my god, what can I even do? Or you play with Margaret, you get most of the buff cards. Actually, nah, you do get her attack cards. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Y'all do be getting her. I do be getting her attack card. It's just that her attack card sucks. I ain't gonna try to make it seem like it's something else, man. Cause her attack card just sucks. Unfortunately. Ooh, he does a lot of damage on this too as well. Now we on phase 3. Let's see how much damage we can do with MAEL. And you also get a gold card, just in case. Oh my god. Oh my god, is that cap? Oh my god, we was hitting cap damage at first. Oh nah. Bruh, we was hitting cap damage, bruh. That is crazy. That is crazy. Like, I know y'all peep, man. We hit that cap damage like it was nothing. Yo, MAEL just hit so hard, man. MAEL just hit so hard. Maybe I should use MAEL card at first. Yeah. He's gone. Ooh, and we got the good passive too. This was the best one that you can get on here. So we're gonna just attack straight up with these cards. 337, 337, and MAEL. GG. GG. Defeat the bird with a full goddess team. GG, man. GG. Full goddess team gone. Gone on the bird. That is wild. Alright, so this time we're gonna be doing the deer with the full goddess team. Again, we're not using Jormungandr, who is the best character for the deer, because a lot of people wanted me to try out goddess team and see if I can use it without needing their main characters. So here we are. Now, I kind of don't like the deer just because of the fact that with the deer, man, it's just that with the deer, you have to play around with a color wheel, which means you need a color for each typing. Now, you could get away with using MAEL on this because, you know, you can always just have moments where you can just use his cards without dealing with the color wheel. But again, like I had with the complaints from the demonic bird, pretty much the second thing about this is that the goddess team has like no good characters really. That's why I try to use like Sario so I can have at least one extra DPS character technically. But they usually have so many characters that don't attack twice, so it's kind of hard using the bird. It's kind of hard using the goddess characters on the bird just because of their play style. Like if they had more characters like MAEL who attacks twice and also could be like a good support character for goddess characters, that would be so much clutch than whatever this is, where I'm just using like characters who have like half attack and half support skill, because that's not good on the demonic deer at all. Especially how tanky he can get at some moments. I guess the only thing I can say about this team right now is that I have a whole bunch of stats when you're using this team. Like it'd be feeling like you're immortal when you're using this type of team sometimes. It'd be feeling like you're immortal, alright? Not even gonna lie to you. But I think, man, did I just do no damage? I think it just did no damage. You see what I'm saying, man? Sometimes it just feel like, yo, you just do too much damage sometimes. You ever thought of the moments where you just say, yo, I'm doing too much damage sometimes? That's MAEL, alright? That's the definition of MAEL. Alright, we just gonna pretty much finish it off. And, yep. And I the reason why I have green Liz is just for healing. So this time we on the other one. This is obviously floor 2. Again, we just going down the line. I did like a lot of gameplay. I ain't gonna lie to you. All right, I just want to get this all in order. You feel me? It's just that there's so much demonic beast that you have to like look out for. That's why you see everything like super fast, because literally I just want to make sure everything is in like situated and stuff like that. Everything is in order. Like if you haven't noticed, I've been doing the demonic beast in order from when they were released. So I started off with the bird, the deer, the wolves, and then Nidhoggr, and stuff like that. And again, it's been pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like this team is pretty solid. Again, I do wish that we had better characters, all right, for goddess characters, but I can't lie, the team do work. The team do work. And I'm also using that freeze thing, which you gotta be careful when using that freeze artifact set. It's because when you have 5 gauge, you can't be frozen, obviously. But on this demonic deer, it's this part right here where if you don't finish him off, he gets a red card, which pretty much nukes you if you're not frozen. So you gotta be very careful when using that artifact set, because you don't know. Because you don't know. All right, you might have that moment where you don't finish him off as quickly as you thought you was, especially with this team. And you kind of you gotta make yourself get frozen. I ain't gonna lie to you. You gotta make yourself be frozen right here. So I'm using MAEL. You can use somebody else if you really want to, depending on how much gauge you have. And there's that attack card, which I was saying you have to be frozen right there. But you also gotta remember that they kind of nerfed the demonic deer as well. Like they nerfed it, so it's not as hard as it used to be. Again, Jormungandr does make everything like super easy. Like really easy. Like right now I'm just trying to like make sure I don't use my list cards on stages where I don't need to use the color wheel, just because of the moments where, again, you need to complete the color wheel, which means you gotta go from either green, blue, red, green, depending on what card you use first, and then just do the color wheel. Yo, imagine they do the color wheel with the light and dark characters. That would be crazy. Is there any more I have to explain with this team? Like, I think we all get like how cool this team is. That I'm doing this with literally the worst team possible. Like, again, you want to use like Jormungandr for this team, but because of MAEL's passive being that you are kind of restricted a little bit, that you want to try to use all goddess characters on the field, like literally all goddess characters, you're kind of hoping that Nidhoggr will make better goddesses at this point. Like that's the only thing you're hoping for, is that like, yo, maybe one Nidhoggr employee might actually show some love to the goddess team, because sometimes they be like, they be just making the units just seem so trash, man. Like I was so excited. All right, so this is what we gonna do, man. We obviously gonna be ulting right here, like a human being should. So we gonna just nuke deer right here and try to do as much damage as possible. Now I did misplay on this one, because what you should be trying to do is you should complete the color wheel. All right, I don't know what was in my mind where I was like, yo, maybe I should not complete the color wheel. Like I'm over here trying to make a whole test for MAEL. No, you want to try to complete the color wheel because you want to get rid of that HP buff. All right, that HP buff is annoying. So whenever you're doing this phase, just make sure you complete the color wheel. I'm over here trying to see, just pretty much test out our damage and stuff like that, which was crazy. Now I did mess up a little bit on here because pretty much he kind of attacked me. I didn't show it, but he attacked me after I did all that, because pretty much I didn't reset on time. So because I wasn't able to reset on time, pretty much he was able to get off his attack. I wish I would have showed it so you guys can see this, but at least you get to see how tanky I am afterwards. So he does that, he debuffs me, he ults, and we just gonna keep trying to tank. We kind of want to like stall out the stance card because we don't really have anything. Usually you can bypass the stance by having like a shield, like a king shield and stuff like that. Or is it goddess list shield? I think it's probably goddess Elizabeth shield or king shield. So we just trying to do damage again. Pretty much we're just trying to finish off the deer right now, which is kind of cool that you guys get to see how tanky I am on the deer. Like this, like we literally outstalled this man while he had all those buffs. Now we on floor 3. Again, I just want to try to do this as, you know, as effective as possible. You know, explain everything that's going on. Now again, this team is super tanky, which is why I hate it, because come on, man, Nidhoggr, buddy, can we get better goddesses than this? Like this is no bueno. Okay, this is no bueno. Ain't no way I should be using this type of team for the deer. All right, I should be having like better DPS characters, maybe a new Ritarmiel, maybe a new Sariel, something cool. But then again, I feel like they'll probably fumble the bag on those characters as well. Like, you know, like they've done with everything else, like with Mono. Oh my god. Like I tried to do a Mono relic showcase video on the day it dropped, and man, I was just depressed. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that was just the most depressing time of playing PP I've ever experienced. Like no joke, man. That's how bad it was, man. Like I legit could not play PvP. I couldn't even look at it. Like I couldn't even look at PvP. Now again, you always want to try to save your cards for like color wheel phases like this one. Usually the color wheels are phase 2 and 4 for each floor. You keep that in mind. Luckily enough, I was able to pull another Liz card, because again, on this team, it's very hard to get cards or colors, which is why I don't recommend this team. All right, if you have Jormungandr, please do use her. If you have Jormungandr, please use her. All right, this is just for entertainment purposes. All right, guys, I beg of you, because you will end up having to do a lot of resetting by like closing out the game before the enemy can attack, and then resetting your turns and stuff like that. Don't be Marilli, all right? All right, I'm a content creator, all right? We do this for memes. I'll suffer for you guys, all right? So we want to open MAEL, do this. And I kind of wasted Liz card. You don't want to try to use Liz card, because you might have a moment where you go to the next phase and you end up not getting Liz card ever again. Because again, you're not using double attack characters. Like I was low-key thinking like maybe use like probably like Ritarmiel. Then I thought about like how would I heal? Like that's what you gotta think about sometimes. Like maybe I want to heal. I don't know. Or you don't want to deal with that counter or something like that. I don't know, man. There's no good goddesses. All right, I'm sorry. As you can see, I'm not pulling any other my list cards, so I'm see if I can go to the next phase by getting like, I don't know, a good draw. We're gonna bet on this on a good draw. If not, I will reset floor 3, like redo it, and this is where we close out, and we're gonna restart it. All right, so we back on floor 3 again. Now we have the cards in line. Now again, you want to just try to use your skills. Now you saw I use my Sario ultimate because sometimes he does take away your gauge on here, sometimes he doesn't. It all depends on your RNG, but I'd rather him not take away my Sario gauge. I'd rather use my ultimate there than when he take away my Sario gauge and then I end up with nothing. So we're just gonna try to do damage. We're gonna save MAEL for the last hits. Again, we just try to complete the color wheel as well. So we go for red, green, and blue. And I'm actually kind of lucky that I actually got a lot of list cards as well. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That buff stuff has a dodge. So if you don't get a buff removal right there, he will dodge, okay? So again, I was lucky enough to keep pulling list cards right here, which means we can bypass the dodge. That's why I say you want to have like the ultimate or something like that, or a character who can remove buffs. Which is why you want to have characters who can do a lot of damage. But as you can see, we're gonna use MAEL to finish us off, and that's GG, man. That's us beating the deer with goddesses. All right, so this time we're gonna be on the demonic wolves. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was not gonna try to do the goddess team. If you haven't noticed by now, I test these goddess teams myself, all right, personally, which means I do a lot of runs for hours and hours and hours. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man, it might be possible to do a full goddess run on Skoll and Hati. I just don't feel like doing it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, it just so much things you gotta worry about with Skoll and Hati, with like the freezes and the debuffing and stuff like that. I was like, is it really worth my sanity doing that? And I asked myself that for 5 seconds, and I said no. So I'm using the basic team. All right, we got Scotty, we got Thonar with Holy Relic, we got MAEL, and we also got Eskenar. All right, what is there to explain? All right, Thonar with Holy Relic is broken. All right, Scotty, she's just gonna apply the debuffs and healing, stuff like that. So that's really good for us. Now we also got a trash passive. You never want to get this passive because it reduces your resist by 30. Was it like 30%? So you never want that to happen. Eskenar wipes. We are on the second floor this time. Again, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I know you guys wanted to see some cool goddess team versus Skoll and Hati. Maybe it is possible to defeat floor 2, floor 1 and floor 2, but I'm trying to go for the whole full clear. All right, I could have did one where I use a full goddess team and completed like floor 2 maybe, but I want a full complete clear without me suffering against Skoll and Hati. All right, I ain't gonna lie to you. Or if you do get MAEL, you know, let people know that you use a full goddess team against it, so people can know the strat. Also, my MAEL is not 6'6", so I was like, definitely not. All right, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, definitely not was gonna use a MAEL who's not 6'6", with a generic. I said generic, a non-traditional good team. Not on Skoll and Hati. It's just so difficult. It's not like it's unbeatable. It just, you guys know what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you know, it's just you gotta do a lot of RNG and stuff. But he's doing good damage on this without needing like the goddess team and stuff like that. He's doing really good damage. Again, Thonar's relic, or not relic, passive is helping us a little bit by boosting our attack. And it's really good because Eskenar is just so clutch. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Eskenar is just so freaking clutch. For floors like this, like, he's just so good. And as you can see, this is why you don't want that defense passive, because look how much he just reduced my stats by just critting me multiple times. Again, that's why a lot of people just run like crit defense sets on some of the characters. Like my Thonar is running like HP crit resist, just because you don't want to take so many crits. And again, we are using a Holy Relic. I'm just gonna be completing like floor 2 and stuff like that. I usually go for the Black Wolf or the White Wolf. It all depends on my the type of mood I am. Right, because I don't mind, you know, defeating the wolves. I don't mind it sometimes. It all just depends on like who I'm going for. Yeah, because like, yeah, the white wolf can be troublesome. It all depends though. It all depends on who you got though. All right, so I think this is one where I pretty much reset the whole thing, and I chose to get a better passive. As you see, I did defeat the floor 2 with that trash defense down passive, but it gets hectic. All right, it gets very troublesome when you're using that passive, because pretty much it makes it very hard for you to last a very long time. And my characters die pretty fast, which is why I say you always want to have like crit defense. I said crit defense or crit resist. You want to have like crit resist just so you'll be able to tank a lot better. Because if you get hit with a crit, he hits like a truck. I ain't gonna lie to you. When he starts to critting you, so you always want him to never crit you. I might reset this. Yep, I reset it because I want to try to use Escanor card just so I can get my ultimate. Again, Escanor just hits so hard on here, man. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I know y'all wanted to see the full goddess team, but cut me some slack, man. I'm gonna be using goddesses on 3 out of 4 of the teams on these demonic beasts, man. Cut me some slack, chat. I just wanted to like not suffer, man. That's it. I just wanted to not suffer. Could I have like at least one run where it's like super easy for me? That's so much to ask, chat. Just one run where I don't have to suffer. Just one run. That's it. And this was the run. Alright, so we're on the last floor. And we have a lot of Escanor cards. Now, you already know, man. Escanor, he's built different. So we're going to go for the Black Wolf, just so I can get more ignites, because he froze me. Which kind of sucks for me, because now we're not abusing Scotty's passive. Now, I did reset. That's because I didn't like the way my damage were, how much damage I had my characters. Now again, it's either I go for the Black Wolf or they go for the White Wolf. Sometimes I like to mix it up, you know, keep people on their toes. Sometimes I like to mix it up a little bit. Sometimes I like to go after the Black Wolf. Sometimes I like to go after the White Wolf. It all depends. And now we're starting to get the debuffs on Scotty. You never run her frozen, just so you can keep having those debuffs, making it a lot easier for you to not die. Now, I did get a little bit lucky on this one because he did an AoE with the Black Wolf, which, if you ever played against this, oh my god, Thonar dies pretty fast. I guess that's the bad thing about this team, or not the team, Thonar in general, is that Thonar just dies so fast. And that's why a lot of people have so many complaints about Thonar, is that they be having so much trouble of like keeping her HP high. Now, let's be honest, like most people who are doing videos on like demonic beasts and stuff like that, we have high box CC. I always get this type of question, be like, yo, Marilli, why is it that you have higher box CC, you have higher HP than me, even though we have the same UR gear? And that's because I have higher box CC than you. That's why our Thronars usually don't die as quickly as possible, because our box CC is high, which means more HP. Alright, so this time we're using Freya on Nidhoggr. This will be Nidhoggr run right here. As you can see, man, we have defeated all. We are going through all of the demonic beasts. using MAEL. All right, that's what the video's for. So that's what we gonna do. We using MAEL. So we are going to be using this guy. Now, if you don't know, Freya Holy Relic, it's mwah, beautiful. Pretty much, it makes her turn into a goddess character on Nidhogg, all right? Not PvP, on Nidhogg only, all right? Only on Nidhogg. Not any other demon beast, only Nidhogg, which means it's perfect for MAEL's passive as well, which it's kind of nice because it makes it think like, yo, maybe later down the line, they are going to make Ragnarok god characters who are going to be considered goddesses in a way, maybe through a holy relic. Maybe even Freyr will be considered a goddess character whenever he gets his holy relic, because I think he'll be a really good character for Nidhogg as well. Just because on floor 3, the phase 3, they do apply ignites. So that would be kind of nice to see, like Freya and Freyr both defeated Nidhogg. That would be super cool to see. But yeah, I think this is a really good relic though for her. Again, a lot of people had so many complaints about this because pretty much the thing is that with Freya's holy relic, without it, she's garbage on Nidhogg. All right, let's be honest with ourselves. She is atrocious on Nidhogg without it. All right, that's why people are upset, because pretty much her holy relic makes her usable on Nidhogg. And pretty much, if you don't have that in any way possible, good luck. All right, good luck, buddy. Like, never just trying to like enforce people to like buy the pack at least once, from what it looks like, which is a good marketing play. All right, I can't lie to you. All right, shout out to Netmarble. They know how to get you to spin the moolah, especially the whales, man. All right, you want to know something, man? Like, I talked to some whales on JP and stuff like that, bruh, who in like top guilds, like top 3 and top 5, man. And I was like, yo, man, did you hear about I was like, yo, did you see about the demonic packs for Nidhogg? And it was like, oh, we already spending. They said we already buying them. Like, literally, there's literally like, no, what is like 4 or 5 demonic beasts for Nidhogg, and all the whales just said, yo, I don't know about y'all, but I'm spinning. I'm like, oh nah. Oh nah. I'm telling you, man, these whales be built different on here, man. Once they saw that pack, they instantly get to spinning. Pretty funny. But you can see, yeah, it's just this is a really good relic for demonic beast Nidhogg. It just fits the team perfectly. And you're gone, boom. It makes it easier. It just makes it super easy, especially because you're just building a goddess team. Now this is phase 2. Like, I already explained how like to defeat Nidhogg. Technically, I have a whole video about me using Freya. So I tried a couple runs on the floor 3, and I was just having so much trouble. All right, if you don't know, like, with floor 3, it is one of the hardest things, just because you have so much stats on the demonic beast at the end, and you got to play around with the gauge and stuff like that, where pretty much he just recovers it a lot. And I've seen people beat floor 3 with this team, and you might be actually so really, you've seen people defeat demonic beast Nidhogg with this team. What's the problem? And there's a big problem, okay? So I started to notice, like, with their teams, is that on the floor 3 phase 3, they ult with MAEL, and they get sunspots, or that, whatever you call it, the black marks. All right, they get the black marks on the beast. Now, I've made it to floor 3 phase 3, and when I ult with MAEL, I never get those spots. Again, I have a low dupe MAEL. I had like 1 out of 6 the run I'm on right now. Currently, I do have like 2-6. And the reason being is from what I've been explained, all right? From what I've been explained, pretty much, when you're 5-6, the black mark spots turn into gray debuffs. gray debuffs, which you don't know, pretty much that increase your damage dealt as long as they got those marks on them. So I'm sitting here looking like, oh, that's why, because literally I was just struggling so much. Like I was literally struggling so much trying to defeat floor 3, phase 3, just for me to figure out, oh, this is why they're doing so much damage, rather than, like, I'm over here thinking that they were just doing it just because it's MAEL. No, these people are getting the sunspots because they be using 5/6 and 6/6 ultimates. These cheesy people. God dang. I thought I would be able to have a good time clearing floor 3, phase 3, but no, they wanna be 5/6 whales. Now I also see somebody also use like a Rit Tarmiel team to defeat Nidhoggr as well. I think it was like Rit Thonar. Was it Green Liz? I think it was like Rit, not so Rit Thonar. It was Rit Tarmiel, Margaret. I think Green Liz as well, and then Freya, and it was able to defeat the demonic beast. Now you might be asking yourself, Marilli, why don't you try that team? And you might be right to yourself, like, yo, I should be trying to use that team. But there's one thing you gotta remember, guys, all right? When I've been playing JP for a long time, all right? And sometimes you can't fall for the trickery, all right? Yeah, you might see that team be like beatable on floor, beat Nidhoggr, but what did they do to get there, all right? Because I've seen people use like the OG team to defeat Nidhoggr, which was like Trade Melios and stuff like that. But they don't tell you it took 8 hours to get that one perfect run, all right? They don't tell you that they got 14 million box EC, and they freaking attack sets be looking like my HP sets when I'm at like 10 million or 8 million box EC. Like, they don't be telling you that. So I gotta be the bearer of bad news to be like, yo, sometimes with these whales, guys, you just can't get fooled, all right? I know it'll be looking good saying like, yo, really, you should really try out this team and stuff like that, but I know what be going on, all right? I know what be happening. They not real as they say they are, all right? I'm just keep it like that. No kizzy. Oh man, like they be like, yo, really try out this team and stuff like that. This one YouTuber beat it with this type of team, and I'm looking at, and then I look at the account and they be like 15 million box CC, 16 million box CC with perfect gear on everybody. He is also the son of CM Gold. Like, I'm be looking like, what do you think I'm gonna do that's gonna be like better than this? He has farmed it for 18 hours. But hopefully you guys enjoy me defeating the demonic beast with this team, and hopefully you guys enjoy.